Hello, welcome to subscribers. This video I'm making is for the subscription alerts from June 5th with expiration dates by default June 12th, or maybe one or two of them. We can extend that to the following week, the June 19 expiration. The video, sorry, that's making it just now. I wasn't busy counting all of those big wins from Friday. Yeah, some of you, I know you are busy doing that. No, it was a great trading week once again. I mean, it's embarrassing the number of times that I have to make a video and talk about 10 baggers or anything. But I mean, it wasn't just us subscribers. I mean, everybody, most people on the Discord channel, may that be airlines or whatever, the money was made this week. I hope you personally, as an individual, you are looking at yourself and you're identifying areas where you can benefit from the volatility in this market. So I just updated the list on here. Is that the same ones? I mean, all of these, nothing changed on them. I just added a few that popped again on Friday. But here's the advice, right? So the piece of nugget is that these alerts on here, that signal is the same type of signal that came on Macron last week. So meaning that it's our most important signal, and the move on them is very, very explosive. You may have seen that on Apple, because those who bought the Apple calls on Thursday, when they faked it in the other direction, on Friday, wow, what was that all about? They went from 40 cents to over $4. Yeah, this is how powerful this move. But that trade, it was a frustrating trade, because I took it, let's say, on Monday. Yes, they were gains, but those gains, they were like 100% or so. You know that most of these by now, if you have taken the time to look at them, 100% gain in this option is actually nothing, guys, because we are trading weekly options. Yeah. And we know based on the study that this stock, they do move, because they've been studied. That's why the system is consistent. By now, if there's one thing for you to get out of that, is to be developing that sense. First, you are logging your trade, right? And then you will be developing that sense of confidence that, hey, this guy is not what he's saying. Let's actually take a closer look actually what's happening of this stock. They're not random stock. We could be trading a lot of other stock. You guys give me stock that we analyze through the pre-market and everything. That's fine. But they specifically, they have that characteristic that within that week you are trading them. The only thing that we can go wrong is the direction. Yeah, really, the direction. And for that, that's why for us, we said, hey, we can wait. We are patient. If it's doing sideways on Monday, on Tuesday, like last week, and then come Wednesday, boom, we only take 1 day to make a 10 bagger. Hello, McDonald's. Yeah, that happened. So those, we had them. And trust me, in last week performance of McDonald's, when that thing came on the previous week, McDonald's wasn't the stock on here that you would have looked and said, oh, geez, I'm going to pick it out of that list to go 10 bagger. No, but consistently. At first, when I was experimenting with this, it was shocking to me. That's why it took me so long, but now I have those statistics, and I give them to you on here to be able to say, oh, high stock is to have behavior. So, long story short, this year, these 7 on here, they have that explosive type of move that McDonald's had, MU had. That's all you need to know. So you pick a stock on here. It's our job this coming week is to be patient in the sense that, okay, let's really this thing declare its true direction. So the one that we have highlighted from the get-go, and I'm going to say why. Oh, we had a great session studying this with my friend Mr. Adash. So very quickly on here, here's the setup on Walmart, right? It doesn't look anything bullish or anything, guys, right now. So I agree with you. Hence, we recommend it, and I know some of you have done that already. We strangle it cheaply, and with far away expiration, I think we are using the 130 calls expiration. Yeah, they are very cheap, and we are using, you can use anything 114, 116, or even lower than that. And from that way, your peace of mind. But when the winning side starts showing up, how are you going to know the winning side is showing up? Great question. The winning side, if the price starts going up instead of decreasing. We also know one thing on Walmart, right? Let's not forget about that. We know that there were prints on this stock. So for us, that's a piece of information that we are using. There were prints on June 1st at 124. So As long as the price start going above 124, we are bullish. And if the price keeps staying where it is right now, we are bearish. As simple as that. So that's take care of Walmart. So on the top of this, because now the question that's becoming more and more prevalent is, okay, Telex alerts, they work, but how am I going to position myself to pick the one that's going to give me that 10 bagger? Well, last week, how many of them gave 10 bagger? Win gave 10 bagger, more than 10 bagger. Delta gave more than 10 bagger. Macron gave more than 10 bagger on those 49 calls. We alerted everybody live. Western Digital, which trade like Macron, it did that as well. McDonald, out of the blue on Wednesday, after faking the previous day on the low, I think I was talking with my friend in Canada, Mr. Charles, where he was waiting for it to hit the lower Bollinger. I think he never did. But if he took the trade, the next day, he hit 190, and the rest is history. JD, what a run. What a run. JD, I was sitting on Thursday looking at JD. I'm saying, okay, these guys, they are going to be making it to 59, whatever. But it took that event on Friday for it to really just clinch everything. So that's maybe the challenge for us as of now. But with due time, as you continue to follow this, you will, because the same type of stock, all of them come from those 70 stock. You will get familiar with the fact that, oh, last time Western Digital, because this is the second time that's my friend, Mr. Spike City, he's making almost a 10 bagger on Western Digital. I think this is the second time. And again, this Spike time, he said, oh, I should have taken more. That will come in due time. So that's why you keep your logs of a trade journal in Excel, preferably, because then it will be easy to study and analyze how to start scaling. Scaling means buying more option, putting more capital onto this. So for now, we are just at the infancy of this. So these are our most important ones. So other than Walmart on here, because we went through that this morning, and the question was like, okay, other than Walmart, well, first of all, there's nothing wrong to saying that you only trade one of these. Yeah, guys, because if that one works, you get turned. But I understand our mindset, typically, maybe we want to take too many trades to think, sometimes actually, I mean, the commissions are not a big deal, but sort of now. But for me, it got me distracted most of the time. So really, I'm going to make it an effort. And rather than me choosing, I mean, each one of us, we have an affinity of, we don't want revenge trade. You know who I'm talking to. No revenge trade, okay? They never work. Trust me. We cannot fight with the markets like the whites. No revenge trade on here. So, I mean, Visa, we look at Visa, but it doesn't have that much room on the top. But what we are noticing on here now is that we have Medtronic, that is an unknown stock. It's a Nikkei stock that we all know. It's medical devices. Johnson & Johnson, it's a pharmaceutical. But now we added this guy here. What was this? Teva. It's also in the medical field. I can also tell you that the biopharma ETF, IBB, it's flashing the same signal. I chose not to put it on here because just IBB encompasses everything. But this tells us that definitely the biopharma, we have to give them a preference. And for us, we're going to be trading that through the eyes of Teva, or through the means of Teva. Why? Because Teva, historically, out of this setup, it has a 67% chance of being bullish. And when it does that, the average upside is 5%. But I mean, 5% on here. So we have created our alerts on here with Mr. Adash when we were doing our one-on-one coaching earlier today. So here's our alerts on here to say, okay, if it crosses 1325 with confirmation, we are bullish, and we're going to be using the June 12th 13.5 calls for less than 30 cents. We look them up. So same thing. But my friend, don't be afraid, because again, based on experience, this thing actually, a cheaper price will be when it comes to touch maybe the green exponential moving average. I kid you not. That's how typically they go. Actually, let me do this. I kept changing this every time live for whatever reason. So I want the 8 period and I want the 20 period on here. On this. So sorry about that. And I have to do that live here. So, okay. This is how I want them actually, because all that two are too close. So this recent movement, it's here. So that yellow line is 1273. So yeah, if it comes and bouncing off of it as it bounces, look at here. This is what I'm talking about. When you take your entry trade here, look, it's going to be cheaper than maybe taking it here. I mean, it's just one day, but taking it at the low of 1228 versus the low here, 1252. I mean, it's the same, but with the extra day, maybe it's better here. But I don't know. But so here, don't be afraid if it's testing the and that this support at the exponential moving average 8 period and is staying above it. So yeah, so we have seen that here. Here's a bounce. Here's another bounce on here where it came down all this way. These stocks, I kid you not, they almost like on purpose, before they move them up, they like to fake it the other direction. I kid you not. So that's where patience comes in, and really just saying, trusting that, hey, the system works that way. Hence, if you, in the case you're struggling, you strangle it between these two values, and then you just say you're fine. So that's for the newcomer on there, but that newcomer is significant because now it's giving us three biopharma related stock in there. So the other one on there, let's quickly check that here. It's biopharma, it's J&J. I rarely trade calls on it, or trade it in general, to be honest. But so meaning that's rare. See, sideways action on here, guys. That's just a perfect setup. Sideways action all over the place on here. So in the middle of nowhere, right? So next time it drops, just like in here, let's say 145. Yeah, if it's drop 145, that's a good time for us to say, okay, we want to take calls, and I mean, this is support on here, 145. Okay, so that's how I'm going to be doing it. Now, if they decide to completely drop it because, well, since the alert came in, it actually went and got rejected at 149. That's interesting. Okay, so meaning has touched on there. So I'm going to keep an open mind on here. And then this is the candidate to day trade, to just see when you come in one day, what is it doing? But you set up your alerts. So if it hit 150 to get go, there's not that much room up, though it can continue, obviously. 155 is a possibility. But this thing, I mean, is it toppy on here? So that 150 is where, if it hit there, and then 145. So right now, it's in between. For us, we want it to declare itself. Either come down on here, then we can do a reverse to go to 150, or to go to then trade what? If we want to trade a lower value, we trade 140. These options, they have low volatility because the stock, and as you see here, sideways, doesn't move that much. But when there is news and it put in a big candle like this, oh guys, those options, they pay, they're sweet. When this thing is moving, I've experienced it. I've traded it mostly out of earnings, where it does earnings after, as you know, and then it get going. So that takes care of J&J there. Next on here, let's consider stock that you had since the other day, and because the question can come, is NVIDIA still actionable? Yes. Emphatic, yes, absolutely. Why is NVIDIA still actionable? Let's bring a chart on here. Let's just use. Oh, geez, what am I doing that? So NVIDIA, since the alert came in on June 3rd, this is June 3rd, yep. We have had two candles, okay, but the direction has been bullish. So we went, it was at 350, we went to 358. Okay, you may have seen me, yeah, I have an alert based on our study this morning with Mr. Adash again, at 360, because guys, this is what for me I'm seeing technically. 360 has been resistance. Last time, which is last week, this move here, yeah, those two candles you see there, okay, from here to here, 3,000, over 3,000% gains in 2 days. Explosive, I told you. I mean, just, it's not me saying it. And again, we can come into Monday, the session will be slow, nothing is moving. Tuesday, nothing is moving. And all of a sudden, the rest of the week, we see volatility. We need to be prepared to that, because if you come in on Monday, oh, you bought option and anything, Theta start eating your position, then you're going to be like, what is this guy even talking about? Yeah, but week after week, we see the proof in the pudding. So patience is required. So yeah, NVIDIA, for me, I'm looking to saying here, okay, can it confirm above 360? Okay, and then in that case, oh boy, 380 most likely, because 370, they're going to be expensive. But if we are able to take a nice put from this level, so what puts are we going to be taking if there is a rejection at 360? We're going to be taking 330 puts. Yeah, we know they're way out of the money. But then again, my friend, yeah, these were way out of the money. We know what happened. They paid big time. They paid big time. So Nvidia, absolutely, because 5 days, my friend, is a long time. Is a long time. We are still within range on here right now. It's flashing bullish, but this thing typically they will show they will do a split during that 6 day period, right? During half of the period, let's say three candles, they show one direction, and if that direction is this first direction is this, I'm guaranteeing you those you also taking puts at 360. 360 mean it goes to 361 or whatever and just stay there and doesn't continue like it did here. Okay, 360, 372, it closed at 361. If you took those put that day and then the next day open at 366, you would have been like, oh my God, off or anything. Yeah, but you were not off for long, because after a couple of hours, this candle was already in movement, and the next day you will have been laughing your way to the bank. So Nvidia, absolutely actionable. Another one that's in the tech, Apple. I mean, they fake us out. That's what they did on Friday, and then they went on Thursday. They fake us low, bounce off of the exponential moving average. Always, guys. Yeah. I mean, a stock like this gives you confidence, right? Trade doesn't stay that many days below the exponential. So hence, it was difficult. I mean, we'll have day trade, not do anything Wednesday, Thursday, or accept the loss, and then use the binary event on Friday, non-farm payroll release, and bang. Yep, 330 calls, 14 cents here at the close, over $4 over here late on Friday. Yep, we don't make that stuff up. So that's on Apple. Who's next? So Apple, did we look at Target? Yes, we talk about Visa, we talk about Walmart. Medtronic is a stock that I haven't traded that. It was a long time ago. So it's still part of my watch list. So yeah, it popped on here. So now we are outside of the upper Bollinger. You know how we love stock telling us, oh, they're outside of the upper Bollinger. What will they do? Can they continue going up? Or will they be rejected and come back to test the exponential moving average 38? So when I see a stock like this, to be honest with you, I don't see that many big move. And then it will make a liar out of me, meaning I wouldn't have a preference for it. I mean, we have seen here at this level, one time from the current level or even higher, 103. In 3 days' time, it did 93. 102 in 1, 2, 3, 3-day times or 4 days' time, we did 93.61. 100 in 1, 2, 3, 4 days' time, we did 89. Okay, you see the pattern here, folks? Let me repeat that, because I don't make this stuff up. So if that alert came, that means there will be a trade on there. That trade on there, we know it's bound to give more than 100%. So, and we're okay with. So this was. Let's give you all of the. So 7 points. Okay. Seven points. And typically when this thing trades, wow, it's showing that it has only this signal has only come 3 times over the past year, and it has been 67% of the time bullish. I kid you not. That so. But here the setup. So what does that mean to us? So that what we will enlighten. So come on, Telex. We want the low of this candle. Thank you. 7 points, 9 points, 8 points. Here it is again here. Come on. 10 points. This one was smaller. It's not 7 points. Okay, folks. So 7 points from here, where will that take us? Or even higher than 102. So for us, we would love for it to flash 103s of the like. So 7 points take us to conservatively. So, okay, we can use 95 puts. Okay? But, conversely, right? Conversely, on the other direction, where's our resistance? 104, right? A little bit here. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Because actually, if this thing clears 104, which is possible of doing, because something is happening with those the pharmaceuticals. So, and typically when you see several stock of the same, unless some bad news comes overall, especially with the pharmaceutical, with the COVID-19 that we're in, when you have several of them pop up in the alert, it's typically bullish. That's a hint for you guys. Meaning, yeah, I mean, unless, let's say, we have prints of the type somebody knows some bad news that could be coming. I mean, the government could say something with the insurance, with something. We usually have that. But right now, we're in this period where biopharma company, they come every single day. Oh, a vaccine for this, a vaccine for that, vaccine for that. So maybe this is a breakout for this stock. So for that breakout, we can sit here and say, okay, when it trades above 104, we consider that we are bullish. And in that case, my friend, we can say that 112. So 112 calls if we're above 104. That will be our signal on here. So let me create that alerts on here. I'm going to say that crossing value 104. Okay. And the buy to open June 5th. No, June 12th. That would be, my friend. June 12th, 112 calls. I mean, we will have to figure out how much they're worth back then. But you know as how we do it, right? How we decide what we are looking at option, we use the chart of the option. That's what tells us if it's a good price or not. If the price is approaching the upper Bollinger, we don't want to buy it there. If it's below the middle line and close to the lower Bollinger, we like that. That's a great entry. So that's something that we do, obviously. And obviously, it could get here and reject it, and that case, you have a great entry for puts. And you use, for me, in that case, then you can use this. What did we say for the puts? You can use 7 points from there, 104 to 7. So you can use 97 or the like. So meaning, will it be a repeat of this? But most stock we are doing right now, they used to be rejected here at this level, and now they're breaking out. But for us, we want a confirmation of this breakout. Actually, this will be a good trade that I'm going to really set up. When this alert comes, if it comes, I'm going to confidently trade that to go further. All right, that's MGT. Something will happen with the biopharma. You want to have at least one trade in the biopharma. We prefer Teva, but MGT is not bad as well. It has room to go. Those stock above $100, we like them a great deal. Oh boy. Is the time passing by? Are we still recording? I'm hoping. So it's showing me 23 minutes, but I'm not showing my recorder. Okay. I hope it didn't stop. I hope I didn't stop it. So let's see here. Oh geez. Screen-o-matics. Are we still recording? Yep. Recorder's recording. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we talked about MGT, we talked about all of the other ones, so we talk about everybody here, right? So we are good on there, so we are all set. So now the newcomers, Square. Didn't I talk about Square on, I think, was it on a live thing the other day? What was Square? Let's see. Square, it was on the 29th, last Friday. Yep, Square was part of our list, folks. Square was part of our list. I guess I and everybody neglected Square. Yep, here it is on the 29th, folks. On a Friday, on Monday, June 1st, open at 81. If you've gotten your calls on here in 3 days' time. So on that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, while we're saying that things were not advancing, Square was advancing. Yep, and Square, this signal on here, is bullish 60% of the time thereabout, and is usually go up in average of 6%. So let's see how much it did. So for us, the signal came on the 29th at 81.08. So 6%, that's $4. Let's move $5. So 81 plus $5, that's 86. It did more than that. It went to 92. Oh, this signal. I'm laughing, guys, because there are so many opportunities with these signals. Again, this is a perfect example of it didn't wait around. The signal came in, path. And it went outside of the upper Bollinger. Look at the upper Bollinger at 89. It traded at 92.55. So yeah, we had a 10 bagger on here that we didn't mention for last week. Yep, I definitely remember that. No, it's not you guys' fault. I did not. I missed that one in the printout. Sorry, mea culpa, mea culpa. So I didn't have square on there. So now here it is here. So in this case here, it did in 2 days. It got rejected at 92, and I remember talking about 92, guys. Why did I talk about 92 as much as I remember? It's because of this here. I did talk about this that, hey, if this is repeating, I'm going to wait for it at 92 and then short it and take a short to 84, back where it's coming. So, my friend, we have a signal there. This signal here basically means that, okay, the stock has advanced, but now is pausing. The bear and the bulls, they are deciding, are we going to continue up or down? It's not a place for it to do, let's see, maybe last time it was here, it did a little bit of sideways. And it can do that again. Yeah, a lot of sideways here before deciding. So yeah, maybe we're going to be patient, 1-2 days as usual. But come Wednesday time frame, let's say the close on Tuesday, we want to be monitoring this. If this thing is still close at 90 and just doing sideways on there, as it will probably be doing, we will be taking that short, those put to 84. So yeah, Square is a stock to trade. I mean, you can look at it. Then on the opposite direction, I mean, if they decide to get it to just continue jumping, at this stage, my friend, hedge with 100 calls. I kid you not. I kid you not. That's possible. So that's it on Square. Let's quickly move to the next one on here. Among the newcomers, one that I like the most here is Freeport-McMoRan. You remember this stock, right? I've been talking about, it's the cheap stock, tiny stock, less than $10 that I liked its move. Oh boy, I didn't trade it last week. Again, that's one of them. It was not on the 29th. It was not in part of this. I think it may have been the week before or something. It has prints, yes. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. So it had prints. They have been buying this. I have a spreadsheet for prints now, guys. Yes, Mr. Ada showed it. Oh, I need to send you the tracking, my friend. So they had print on May 18, 1.5 million at 9.3. Then they took their time. On May 20th, 500,000 at 9.2. And then on June 2nd, May 444,000, 500,000 if you will, at 9.7. You see an increasing price and more prints. That's a pattern that we have talked about. Same thing on the option side. In this case, equity prints, but on the option side, more options coming in at a higher, while the stock is moving higher and higher. That's bullish, guys. So in this case here, this one is a no-brainer trade, right? So something has to happen because we have broken out here after this long sustained sideways action, right? So we take our rectangle here. So we had our Darvax box. Hi. Why is it not moving? Okay, this is nonsense. Oh, now it's moving. Okay, so here's our Darvax box on here. Bath. So just from a technical point of view, you don't know nothing about trading. You just look at this chart. Well, the day that this thing did this, 990, which was June 2nd, along with the fact that on that same day, June 2nd, there was a print at 9.7. Above the print, we continue up. So in 3 days, my friend, you will have been sitting in a pile of cash. So here is no man's land, literally no man's land. So are they going to go in this area where there was congestion here in the 11.37 or something? Or before they do that, they are going to first come and fill the gap. Monday is going to be interesting, folks, because apparently there was an error in the non-farm payroll number that came out on Friday, on which the market just reacted, catapulted, and did what they did. So I don't know the nature of the error. I didn't read all of it, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever the market maker wants to do, the algo wants to do, we're going to open on Monday, up or down. There's going to be some type of gap. I guarantee you that. If they open flat, then I don't know. So from there, we will advise onto how we trade this. But is it definitely a day trading instrument as of now? And it has room if they are bullish. I mean, because look at this. After this, we're looking at the 12 something. A lot of stock are showing this pattern. They break out last week. In order for us to get confirmation, that breakout need confirmation. So that breakout needing confirmation, it is a perfect support. I mean, look at the candle. Look at this. Look at this candle. The biggest candle that this thing has done. Oops. We don't need that. Come on. Get too excited. This is the weekly chart for it. Right? 5-6 weeks of consolidation and then boom. Boom. $2 move. $2 move. When was the last time it did a $2 move? Somewhere here or something? Yeah. So this was even $2. This was really, this one did $2, but it was cheap back then. 674, 843, not even $2. This one is a full $2. 905 to 1119, a full $2. That's the biggest candle that's on the weekly chart that has gone anything. That has to have some consequences. So if that's come back to 10 or anything. So as you know, the perfect solution for this, guys, I humbly say it shouldn't, I mean, it may not be part of your arsenal or anything, but I mean, keep on being patient, sideways on Monday or Tuesday, if it's not giving us direction, we strangle this thing. Yeah, we strangle it. Or even better, we straddle it, meaning that is the same strike for both the calls and the puts, and we see chilly. All right, so one last one for the road. Yeah, the length of the video is already 30 minutes. I know that may be a problem for some people. Let's quickly take a look at who do I like? Autodesk, AGSK, and JD is there, folks. You know JD always moves. So, this is the weekly for AGSK. I guarantee you, folks. And I think, yeah, it did it all of this week. AGSK did it all of this week. Oh my God. Look at this. Last time I looked at this stock, it wasn't yet at 200. Yes, I was looking at it here. And look at this. 30 points. Wow. What are we going to do, folks? What are we going to do? So there's so many of them. There are just so many of them. You cannot trade them all. So I had to make a choice. And, well, you always having a Monday morning quarterbacking. Because out of that signal that he had on June 2nd, it's usually bullish 52% of the time. So the momentum continue, meaning if you got it at 220, you got 13 points on here. So where is this is all-time high. It is all-time high. It's all-time high, folks. Wow. So we want to see, again, will there be confirmation? This type of stock going to 250, whatever, because there's no resistance now. There's no resistance, meaning that it could go sideways a couple of days, whatever, the third day, if the market, whatever the direction the market is that, it's going to have a big candle. It's going to have a big candle. So, yeah. Oh, my goodness. All right, folks. We're going to stop there. We're going to post this so that some of you can, we're eagerly awaiting this. I hope you are learning something out of this. Obviously, making money is our number one objective, but the more you learn, the more comfortable you become, and then you begin to understand the possibility that are in front of us and in front of you in order for you to gain financial freedom. That's why we are all here. And we catch you on the next episode. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.